The community rating system, CRS, we talked about this a little bit. Voluntary NFIP program to recognize and encourage communities to go beyond the minimums in their local floodplain management activities. Communities in full compliance can apply. CRS uses a class rating system which entitles residents to premium reductions. The CRS system is based on numbers 1 through 10. The lower the number, the better your community. So if you start in the program and you're a 7 and you start doing some different activities, which we'll see next, you can drop down to a 6 or you can drop down to a 5. There are very few communities that are better than a 4 or 3. There's one in California that's a 1. It's hard pressed to be a 1.
My favorite teacher, I think, might be 2.
Might be a 2. Yeah, there's not a lot of them because, you know, it's once you reach that status, it's great, but then you have to keep acting and be proactive to maintain that status. The Hillsborough County right now is a 4. I think we're either a 4 or 5. I don't think we'd ever get to a 3 only because it would require so much extra effort that we don't have the staffing to maintain that. Because it's based on doing these activities. Public information, mapping and regulation, flood damage reduction, flood preparation. So like outreach, going out, if I go out and give a 1-hour class on flooding to homeowners, we get points for that. If I go out and talk to the Kiwanis group or something, we get points for that. If the floodplain administrator and I attend some event, we get points for that. But now mind you, you're getting very few points. You're getting 10, 15, 20 points when you need hundreds to make up something, you know. And then you accrue points based on what you have established. I think somebody mentioned, she may have mentioned earlier, having the elevation certificates online. You get points for that. Having additional information, you know. Now by the same token, you get dinged when they come for a CAV, community assistance visit, which is essentially an audit. And when FEMA comes down and goes, hey, let me see all your violations, and you've got 10 or 20 violations in your community. Oh, so they built below the base flood elevation. Oh, they were substantial improvement, didn't get a permit. Oh, they have a V zone with a 400 square foot enclosure. Oh, they have a 10,000 square foot house and they've enclosed the whole bottom floor. Every one of those you get dinged on then. So all the points that I accrued by going out and talking to all these happy homeowners, I could lose in one fell swoop when they say, you've got 10 or 20 violations here and you haven't done a darn thing about it. Or it could be as simple as, remember we talked about maintaining those, what do we have to maintain? A floodproofing certificate, a V-zone certificate. What if they come down and say, hey, I say come down because we're in Florida so everybody comes down to us. Everywhere else they go different directions. They come down and say, hey, so according to your permits, you have 72 homes in the V-zone. Let me see all your V-zone certificates. And they go through and there's only 63 of them. They're like, uh-oh. Then you're short, and all of a sudden, that's another ding. So it takes a lot to get a lower class score, and it takes a lot to maintain it. But by getting a lower class score, every class you go down, people are saving 5% on their flood insurance. Down to a certain point, it can never be 0. But so you benefit the community. So this is the kind of information you try to share with people. When you got that person yelling at you in your office, why do I have to play by these stupid federal rules? Because they're better for the big picture. By you and everybody else playing by these rules, we save everybody on flood insurance.
So for every point, it's 5% reduction.
Correct.
For every class.
Yeah, for every class ratings. I go around Hillsborough County telling people, I saved you money on your flood insurance. I saved you, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. But I guarantee you when their flood insurance goes up, because if our class rating would ever change, I guarantee you when their flood insurance goes up by 5%, they sure as anything know who caused that. And they'll be lined up outside of my office with pitchforks and torches, getting ready to lynch me, asking, what have you been doing? Because then, you know, nobody knows about the CRS program until something happens where it costs them money. Then all 1,100,000 residents in Hillsborough County become CRS experts, and they're all calling why asking I didn't do my job. Here's the benefits: reduced flood insurance premiums, more risk awareness, improved public safety, better floodplain management, and training and technical assistance.